To Nintendo Force. Today, I'm going to be counting down my top 10 picks for the best Mario boss fights. This list only includes Mario boss fights and obviously contains spoilers for some games. So if you haven't played Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Galaxy 2, Super Mario 3D World, and several other 3D titles, you have been warned. Proceed at your own risk. And as always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here. Let's get into the top 10 Mario boss fights. Gobble Gut is the first Grand Star boss fight in Super Mario Galaxy 2, and is a very memorable boss. Gobble Gut has two different boss fights, but for this video I'm including the original Gobble Gut boss fight. Gobble Gut is such a good boss fight, there's even a track in Mario Kart 8 about him. Dragon Driftway, in case you didn't know. Also, it's really fun fighting against Gobble Gut, and this boss fight is one of my favorite boss fights ever. Now, let's get into the number 9 pick. Number 9 is Mr. L. Mr. L is from Super Paper Mario on the Nintendo Wii, and it was quite a hilarious boss fight if you ask me. Mr. L is the Luigi, but he's possessed and is forced to fight Mario in the Luigi mech, which is really funny. In general, I really like this boss fight and love the originality in it. Also, Mr. L is a quite challenging but fun boss fight, and is the best boss fight in Super Paper Mario. This is also the only boss fight from a Paper Mario game on this list. Let's get into the number 8 pick. Number 8 is Mecha Wiggler. In Super Mario Odyssey, one of the best boss fights is the Mecha Wiggler. Considering the fact that you get to take control of a tank and fight off against a huge robot Wiggler, is really cool and looks quite fun. Also, there hasn't ever been a boss fight like this, and the boss provides quite a nice challenge. What's kinda weird about it is, as soon as you enter New Donk City, you have to fight Mecha Wiggler, which is considered the main boss, since the other boss fight isn't really a boss, because it's really easy. But anyway, now let's get into the number 7 pick. It's the first Bowser fight you get in Super Mario Odyssey. In Super Mario Odyssey, you get to fight Bowser several times. In this list, the final boss fight cannot be found, since I don't want to spoil the game majorly, but this boss fight is super unique and really fun. So, what happens is you fight Bowser atop the clouds in the Cloud Kingdom, and he throws his hat at you, kind of like how Mario throws his hat at something to capture it. Then, when Bowser throws his cap at you, you hit it with your cap. Then you can wear Bowser's hat, like, on top of your head. And it's really hilarious because it's, like, half the size of Mario. And what's cool is as soon as you possess it, boxing gloves pop out, which is hilarious. Then after that, you punch Bowser similarly to how you play Wii Sports Boxing. This boss fight is unique, and I really like it. Now, let's get into number 6 pick. Number 6 is the Histocrat. Now, here's what I was thinking when I saw this. Snakes in a Mario game? That's actually kind of weird, but nonetheless, the two Histocrat boss fights in Super Mario 3D World create a nice use for the catsuit, and is a really fun boss fight. You climb on top of smaller snakes to get to the bigger snakes, which you then ground pound on the snake to get a hit on it. After you do this 3 more times, the boss is defeated. This boss is so original and is one of the funnest boss fights out there. The Histocrat boss fight I'm including in this list is the final one, the one where you fight both Histocrats at once. That boss fight is easy, but really fun to play. The fact that the boss fight is easy is why it's so low on this list. Maybe if there was a little more challenge, it would be up higher. Nonetheless, the Histocrats are a fun boss fight, which is why they were put at number 6. Let's get into the number 5 pick. Number 5 is Bouldergeist. Anyone remember the best world ever in Super Mario Galaxy? The Boo Galaxy? I know I sure do, and the Boo Galaxy even hosts one of the best boss fights in the game, Bouldergeist. Bouldergeist is a really unique and fun boss to play against. So what happens is you are transported to a small island near the Boo house, and Bouldergeist is there. Now Bouldergeist is just like a little black little Boo thing, like the bomb Boos that used to fight him against him. So Bouldergeist brings rocks to his face, so he starts off as just his like head, but then as you progress, he grows more parts to him. So like he'll grow 2 hands. He throws rocks at you, and some turn into black boos, which you grab, and you shake them, and you throw them into him. After that, he spikes up rocks from underground, and later grows more hands, which he slams on you. Bouldergeist is a really unique boss, and I really enjoyed fighting him. Now let's get into the number 4 pick. Number 4 is the last boss fight in Super Mario 3D Land. Remember in Super Mario 3D Land when everything had a Tanuki tail on it? Kinda weird, right? Well, the final boss fight in Super Mario 3D Land is no different from this whole game. It's weird, but it's still a very fun boss fight, since you go on as you usually defeat Bowser, but then Bowser leaps out of the lava and starts shooting fireballs at you as you climb up to the top of the tower. Also, Bowser starts throwing barrels out at you. Yeah, you heard me right. Barrels. Since when did Bowser turn into Donkey Kong? Nonetheless, this boss fight's super fun and I love it for that. It is sort of challenging but memorable and really, I mean really, fun to play. So yeah, let's get into the number 3 pick. Number 3 is the new Super Mario Bros. Wii Bowser fight. This game was my second ever 2D Mario game I ever played, the first being Super Mario World on the Game Boy Advance. Now, new Super Mario Bros. Wii's Bowser fight is really original and also consists of Bowser advancing out of the lava when you beat him for the first time. Bowser then destroys his own castle in an attempt to try to kill you. This boss is rather challenging, but in the end, really fun. You have to make some challenging jumps to avoid Bowser, and you have to lure Bowser to destroy platforms so you can advance the Peach. This boss fight is super fun, and I really liked it. Now let's get into the number 2 pick. Number 2 is the Super Mario Galaxy Final Bowser fight. Just like Super Mario Odyssey, you fight Bowser multiple times, with Bowser getting harder to defeat every time you beat him. Super Mario Galaxy Center of the Universe Bowser boss is truly incredible, as Bowser takes the shape of a boulder and several other things like that. Also, you have to defeat Bowser 3 different times in order to claim the final Grand Star. This boss fight is challenging, but gets easier as you progress. I really enjoy this boss fight, and I think it's well deserving of the number 2 place on this list. Before we get into the number 1 pick, here's some honorable mentions. Number 1 is the Super Mario Odyssey Mecha Brutal. Number 1 is one of the last fights you find in Super Mario Odyssey. The Mecha Brutal, in case you aren't familiar with the Brutals, they are kind of the new Koopalings in a way, and they are Bowser's wedding planners in Super Mario Odyssey. All of them get into the huge Brutal mech, and you have to use a rather strange looking bird to climb up to the Brutals operating the mech. It's a really hard boss fight, but it's also really cool too, and extremely fun. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Also guys, let me know what your list would be down in the comment section below, and subscribe if you're new around here. But that's it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.